Hey guys, Coach Sam here. It's Monday, March 18th, 2024, and today we're smashing some legs. All right, guys, so starting today, you're going to see some minor changes to how we're programming our conditioning. There's going to be no more conditioning on leg days for Muscle Anarchy. We specifically are taking it out because we really want you to focus on getting the most out of your leg day, not to feel pressure to add any additional work in, and also the cardiovascular requirements to really get a good stimulus from our leg days probably going to fatigue you too much to really get a good stimulus out of adding any additional conditioning. So if you guys got questions, comments, concerns about that, please, toss it into the Facebook group or hit us up within the various apps. But, starting today on March 18th, moving forward, we're going to remove conditioning from leg day to allow you guys a little more leeway to, get after the rough requirements that are going to be in each leg day. All right, so starting off, we've got a leg primer C. It's a really good warm-up with a variety of dynamic movements, some isometric holds. So we've got 20 each side, over and unders. So for that, take a band, hook it up around your J cups, or you can even just do it without a band. You can do it just in an open space, just one leg over and kind of go under after that. Then we got some contralateral single leg deadlifts. You can load this with a kettlebell or a dumbbell. No need to go heavy here. You can go pretty light. And then some glute bridge holds and some banded walks to get your hips nice and loose. And then finally some goblet Kang squats to really get your backside nice and fired up. Before we start with our heavy mechanical loading movement of the day, it's going to be our back squat anarchy. So you're going to have a mix of RPEs and different methods here. So you can look at the RPE scale. Make sure you guys are either reading that in the coach's instructions, or there's a video link in some of the apps so you can understand the various RPE scales. So we're looking for you to start with a nice blood flow set at an RPE 6 for set 1 of 15 reps. Moving into an RPE 7 for set 2 with 10 reps with a tempo of a 3-second negative. And then set 3 and 4 are going to be some additional methods. So for set 3, we're going to be doing some mixed tempo reps. You're going to be doing 3 tempo reps with a 5-second countdown and a 5-second count up into 5 fast reps 3 times through. It's going to be 24 total reps. And then for set 4, similarly, you're going to also do a mixed tempo set with a 3 tempo reps, this time with a 3-second countdown, a 3-second count up into 5 fast reps 2 times through for 16 total reps. So a little bit less tempo, so you can potentially increase the loading here depending on how fatigued you are from the previous set. And then for a final set, it's going to be a nasty drop set. So we're going to be doing this at RPE 10. So we're looking to reach mechanical failure here. So RPE 10 is going to be where you can't conduct another rep with mechanically sound position. So we're doing 12 reps with a 3-second negative and then drop 50%. And then we're going to be doing lengthened partials or 3/4 reps from the bottom to failure. So try not to take a ton of time on that drop set. And then on those partial reps there, go until you can't complete another partial without pausing. So if you're going to try to pause at the top, go ahead and stop your set or terminate your set there. We want this to put a lot of lactic acid into your legs after that heavy set of 12 there. Then moving on for some concentration work, we've got 3 supersets of a barbell sumo deadlift at approximately 50% of your estimated 1 rep max. Feel free to go heavier or lighter depending on how comfortable you are with that movement. You're hitting that for 10 reps with a 3-second negative. Immediately into 15 double dumbbell Romanian deadlifts with your heels touching each other. So in a position like this with a 2-second negative. So you're going to really be lighting your backside up here. So on that sumo deadlift, this is different than a conventional deadlift. Your feet are going to be wider. Your hands are going to be inside of your legs, and you're going to be keeping a little bit more of an upright posture. It's going to put a lot more emphasis on your glutes and your hamstrings, vice your erectors and your lower back in a traditional deadlift as you're performing more hinging. Then we're going to move right into that dumbbell Romanian deadlift. Now on these, really focus on getting a good stretch here. And then as you come down, go to the limits of your hamstring flexibility. If you find yourself rounding your spine at all, come just short of that. So for some people, that might be just below the knee. And for other people, that might be all the way down to the ground. So if you're one of those hypermobile people, feel free to stand on a set of plates, potentially at a deficit if you need it to feel that good hamstring stretch. And also think about, you want to shoot your hips to the back of the room as you conduct this. I don't want you to just come straight down. Pushing your hips backwards is going to allow you to initiate the movement with your glutes and your hamstrings, and you're going to feel that tension in that bottom position earlier than if you just hinge at the hip without pushing your hips backwards. All right. Now we're going to be doing a superset we haven't done in quite some time. This is going to be some metabolic stress work. This is going to be 4 supersets building to a heavy load. So build up over these 4 sets of 15 landmine front squats with a 3-second negative immediately into 20 alternating dumbbell lunge steps, which is going to be 10 per leg. So for the landmine front squat, you can load this up on a barbell into a landmine that's attached to a rack, stick a barbell in the corner, or you can use a post landmine, which is just a freestanding one that you put in some bumper plates. Now, as you can see in the demo video, the guy who's demoing has the plates and bar on a box, and he kind of shifts it over to be able to start, because depending on how heavy you're going, it could be really awkward to try to clean that bar up off the ground. You can also leverage a landmine stand if you have one of those in your home gym or at whatever gym you're at. Or conversely, if you're not comfortable doing that movement, you can also substitute a goblet squat with a kettlebell or a dumbbell, or even a traditional barbell front squat. But, the landmine squat's just going to be a different angle. You can hit your quads a little bit differently. And then goes dumbbell walking lunge steps. You can do those in place as reverse lunges, or if you have the space, feel free to walk, but it's going to be 10 steps per leg, and then building up in weight for those 4 sets as well. And then finally, for our last piece of the day, we're going to be doing 4-time 200 total reps, split between 100 banded hamstring curls and 100 banded hip bridges. So if you do have access to a seated or a lying hamstring curl machine, you can feel free to substitute that. If not, for the banded hamstring curl, you can do the seated or lying. Just make sure that when you set it up, you have enough tension in the band, so when you're on the concentric or negative portion of the movement, the band doesn't completely slack at the bottom. You do want to have some tension there at the starting position of the movement, so just play around with your setup position there. And then for the banded hip bridges, the easiest way to set this thing up is use the bottom of the power rack. You can use band pegs or the J cups and hook a heavy band around there, slide yourself underneath it, and bang those reps out there. You should your backside should be pretty lit up once that's done. And then, as I said at the beginning of the video, we're not going to have any conditioning work on Monday, so this should be a pretty gnarly leg day. You should feel pretty cash out after that. But we do have our optional core work and our Thunder Broga. So if you guys want to get after that for some recovery purposes, feel free. And then post your training videos as you guys normally do in our Facebook group, and then hit us up on the apps, Beyond the Whiteboard and Train Heroic. All right, guys, have a great leg day.